What's up, guys? DJOCD back here in another video, and as I promised, I was going to show you the deck I was playing at the YCS Las Vegas. To catch up, just in case you guys haven't seen the video, and I go into more details. My score was X2 could have been X1, as I misplayed. Um, Matchups were, what's it called? It was two Malice, one Blue Eyes, Mementos, and like two Rivals before we ended up dropping because everybody was getting undefeated. We were in the top table since the beginning. Uh, we got to the ninth table, and then the last player I played, the fact that he had two Lanciers in hand for this against his deck at the time, and Artifact Synced. Like I was ready for the Artifact Sync to have the edge, but like he just had too many Lanciers, so I lost. Obviously, I lost that game on the side. Game one, I was going back and forth, but hey, whatever. I saw it going slightly towards him, so I was like, let me scoop and save some time. And I mean, he just had the cards for Lancier game two. Oh well. That was my legit loss. The other one I lost was against Maliss. I should not use the GWC 06 at. No, it wasn't that. It was stopping his GWC 06. He had that and Cryptor. I should have impulsed the Cryptor instead of GWC 06. Because then it wouldn't be game and it had full combo after to kill him. But other than that, experience was great. Our team did very well. Like I said earlier in the video, that our underdog was the MVP. I was like, wow. See, he was cooking. But let's get to the video now. What did I play? I also, before I go into it, to do it justice, I took it to a local tournament to see if the deck was really good as I thought it was. And I went to Haiku Pop and told everybody. So this deck is really good. That's proof right there. And I won that tournament. So that I did it justice. So let's go. Enough talking. So we got 3 Dormouse. Stable. 1 card combo. That's gonna be like an every mouse build. Three white rabbits. Another starter 1 card combo. Isa is mandatory at 3 at the current build right now, but eventually when Alliance set comes out, could change. But I still like it at 3. 1 Cheshire Cat. And you guys are like, 1? Why 1? The deck's at 43, and it just worked out for me. I never tried that one until recently playtesting for before the YCS came out, before we actually went, and it was working out, so I just kept it, and then it proved the deck building right. That I could still be opponents, even at 1 cat. I did like it at 2. 3, I think is too much, and you can like brick with it. You have to draw a Bishop because this cat is a 2 card combo. But in Alliance Insight, it's gonna be better because of the March Hare too, and we have more mouse targets. Okay, let's move on. So that's all the mouse monsters I played. So let's get into the engine / hand traps. My Bishops. So 1 Magnum 1, of course, because it's that one. So good. 3 Druid Swarms. House break boards against Rizel 2 and good extension. especially combo with my Maliss and 2 Baldrakes. So running 6 Bestials. Not 7 because I don't want to break. I had another person playtesting that in the tournament, and he was saying he was breaking on 7. So I was like, I'm going to keep mine at 6 and just work around everything else. And it worked out. Now for the actual hand traps. For monsters, 3 shifters. One of the MVP cards, Maining Shifter. Some people are like, shouldn't, but like, no, it's good. It stops a lot of hand traps coming your way. Like, this deck loses to like more Imperms, Veilers, if they stop you early and all that. And especially if you don't have the extenders. So shifter always good, especially against Marmels and other gray area land decks. So yeah, that was good. And for those people who are saying at Haiku Pop, it's too easy, whatever. Like, there was meta decks there, and there was some people that weren't even from usually go to Haiku Pop that actually went there. So yeah, there was Malice, there was a Apophis deck, there was a bunch of different decks that were, you know, meta or quote unquote and non-meta, but like. Regardless, I still told everybody at Taiko Pop, so it was beautiful. And then I won a Millennium Puzzle, but then I was like, I'll give it to my buddy. He probably wants it more than me. All right, let's continue. I'm talking too much. 3 Ash Blossoms. Thank you. I believe it was Felipe letting me borrow the super because I was missed. I think I sold my common Ash by accident, and then I was like, I need one. So and then he gave me one, so I didn't have to like drive and go get one. So I appreciate that. And it came in clutch. So this deck does not care that much about Fualos. It's more about meows. So that's why if they're still using Molcharmers, you can use Ash that or Ash certain meta cards, which you'll see soon in the deck that people are playing. But the last monster hand trap, 2 nibs. 2 nibs, yep. Why 2 nibs? Some people went 3. Nib was good, but for me, it's one of my curses. I'm always seeing this, so I need to have it at 2 so I see it sometimes. If I have it at 3, I see like 2 of them in my hand, or I always see one when I don't need it. Like, yeah, it's just like that to me. I don't know, it's glued to me. Here's my nib token. The Rock. It's actually a legal one too, if you guys don't know. For YCS. That's the one I took. Alright. Now let's get into spells. 3 undergrounds. Mandatory, I believe. I'd rather see this than the cat. Even though that's kind of hard to say because cat you can at least normal summon it. But this allows you to not waste your normal summon, and it gets you the good ones you need. Like if you start with Kaz, like, and you have this in hand, like, and you do the cat instead and to banish this. What if you don't draw any extenders? This is just better all around for this current build. Technically 4 field spells because I'm running terraforming. Yep. There's terraforming at 1. Other one-os, Ghost Sarcophagus for spells. Mandatory, I believe. Starts your whole combo. Another non-engine. One-os, Talents, and Thrust. Thrust just searches everything in your deck pretty much. Like your traps, AV interruptions, like Imperms. You can search your terraforming in case they stop you somewhere, and then you can extend from there. Like, it's so good. Talents rip from their hand or take board break. It's really good. 3 crossouts. Let's continue. 3 crossouts is really good, especially in the mirror. Like, this deck should beat the mirror regardless. I mean, you see why more, but especially because of the crossouts. 1 Kaba, crossout and Kaba, basically for hand traps. Um, and 3 Metatronus. The fact that I can Ash this and cross this out, like it's so good. Ash is too important right now against Molcharmies, against Metatronus, against like dual dress. There's so many reasons why I had to have Ash at 3. But Metatronus, another MVP card like Shifter. I would see what was it, Shifter or was it Metatronus? Oh no, it was Shifter and Crossout. Sorry, and it was either that or that. Like it was that consistent. I'm seeing that. And then if they played, I just Metatronus or Detonator or Metatronus. I would set this, and then on the Ether Barrel Dragon, I would target this and negate that, and he would just pass from there. Especially if I could stop his Link Monster for Blue Eyes as well. But Metron is so good. It's also an extender. It's like it provides body. If they nib you, you just go Metron. There's your free body there, and you just keep playing and keep comboing. It's so good. All right, now for the traps. One of each of the Maliss traps. This is gonna get better in Alliance Insight, but usually use this at the end of the combo to banish something. I always went for this first to play around more hand traps like Nib and some other stuff. And then White Binder would set this after, so they were like kind of screwed. But yeah, this searches for deck, this Reborns from Grave or Banish, and this searches for deck. This specials for deck, sorry, is what I meant to say if I didn't say that right. All right. If you know, you know. 2 impulses. I tried it out one, not good. For certain matches, like if they play around it, whatever. But it's too good, especially in the mirror. So, and I put it back at 2, and I'm glad I did that. If I had it at 1, I probably maybe would have lost this turn. This is the card where I misplayed, and I should have negated Critic coming back. And then he would have been forced to use GW CO6, and that would have full combo to 1. But it is what it is. I even saw it in my head to play, but I chose not to for some reason. I don't know. My buddy called time, and I was like, okay, you don't have that much time, like to combo. It's like maybe 10 seconds or whatever. Last traps, 3 imperms. Yes, 43. Imperms are great. I feel like it's one of the mandatory hand traps to round 2. Doesn't play doesn't allow opponents to play thrust or talents. They gotta wait. Let's go to extra deck now. 1 Vow. Literally just for Metatron's target. If it comes in where I can combo and pull it up, then I'll do it. But it's really just a break Caesar if they make it. But usually they don't, because I just bishop the engraver when it comes back, and then their Fiendsmith stuff is gone, and I just have to worry about Rizel. Alright, next, Nightmare Griffin. Really good card. Glad I played it. There's times I summon it in the middle zone, like just using the arrows, but on one game. But you really use it just to reset the trap in case you're forced to do that, like the Reborn GWC06. And then next we got, I'll just put it this way, access code Talker. Close out games. Did I go into this card? I don't think I went to this card once. If I did, it was maybe once, but you know it's broken in this deck. Cryptor, MVP card. I would usually end with Cryptor and SP on top, and then that was usually my end board, and then I would just win from there. Like it's hard to interact with that. Just too much. Cryptor, one of the MVPs, kept me alive and ended a lot of games. White Binder, really good card. The mandatory in the deck. Reset traps. Yeah. I think these are the only 2 Maliss monsters I made all day. Links. Maybe one game I went to Red Ransom because I had to, but other than that, I really didn't use Red Ransom, which I have here in the deck as well. Just one. All one-ofs. However, in Alliance Insight, this is going to get better because it searches the interruption spell and helps with the combos as well. 1 SP. Broken. I did this in Fire Kings. It's funny. I played in the YCS. I did not draw shit there once. So that was crazy that we were going back and forth. And I think he won the first game too. The second game I won, but the third game, I don't think nobody heard of this. People heard of a nib beatdown, but they never heard of SP beatdown. That's what I was doing to him. Fire King. That kid banishing and stuff. I was like, no, I can't let you. You know, I know how the Fire King works. I used to play Senkai as Fire King, Fiendsmith as Venus, so I know how Fire King works, and I'm gonna keep you off that. Not gonna want you to play at all. IP, really good, especially against Molcharmies for this deck. It helps you play around them a lot easier. You can make the IP with the GWC06, with another monster. Or if you don't have a monster, you just reborn and then IP tag out for the either SP or Critter, most likely. But most likely I just hard made Critter. But yeah, IP is good too. And another MVP for Link monster, Nightmare Cerberus. I don't think nobody Chaos 100'd me, but I had this in case. But it came up where I had a Metatronus, the Ether Barrel, and this is the target. Now you guys know. Ether Barrel 1600, and it's Earth. So there's your target right there. So be like, you're not getting that Dropian. Nightmare Phoenix, I played it just in case of back rows and like floodgates, fill spells or whatever, etc. They didn't come up recently. This card did come up, but it was just to snipe like a back row, like Imperm or whatever. But for the purpose I had it for, it wasn't really. They didn't really come up that often, but like that's all depends on what people play, you know. But I was just trying to be extra careful. So, because this deck wants to play. If it doesn't play, then it will lose, most likely. Now the Link 2's Haggard Lizard. Dose, like the part of the engine. Yeah, you know, banish 1, continue. Get the Link 3, because you banish 1, reborn 1. Splash Mage is the backup plan if they nib you and you didn't have an out to it, and also like they were hand trapping you to oblivion, whatever. Yeah, I think it came out once, but I think I went more Haggard or SP. I think I went SP more often to like extend or play around stuff. Same concept. They hit you with a nib, Link Spider. Cure the token, get another Cybers. This came up, but not because of nib. Actually, no, I think it came up once because of nib, but other time, when they nibbed me, I just linked the Link Spider here and had a crit. So it was because of nib, but I had a Cryptor here, and I just left it like that because they're pointing now. They can't negate the Cryptor because Cryptor's pointing to something. Link Decoder, must have and must play extender. The Bishua is just a trade, like kind of who cares, but like if they don't stop, it's like it's more monsters for you to link line. And last but not least, Detonator, the Metatronus target. Oh yeah, it came up. 1 games because of it. Let's get to the side. We have 3 Lancias. Mirror match, of course. Or to cross it out, which is why we run crossouts. And I think that came up too, crossing that out. It's only a few times. 3 Drolls, Rizel, and other decks it checks. Searches a lot. Like I guess you could say Mermels too. Another card for against and to cross out against the mirror, Meows. Like I'm telling you, this deck should have no problem against the mirror. Metatronus cross out has these two, and the lances. Like ugh. Impulses, like yeah, it should not lose. And then I did sell my Fualos, but I was running 2 Fualos. That's why you're seeing 2 face down blanks. Because you know it's getting reprint. I didn't want to lose money there. And then we have 1 Lightning Storm, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Thrust, which actually came up against the Blue Eyes player and against Rizzo as well too. He actually got upset too. He was like, "That's not nice." The Rizzo player. And then he was like, "Well, it's part of the game. Sorry, but I'm trying to win here." It was funny interactions, but people we play, luckily, were cool and all that. Last but not least, 2 Exe Encores. Respecting Rizal again. Why Exe Encore instead of Ultimate Slayer? I decided not to rely on that, and on top of that, like, I will have to commit more in my extra deck just to play Ultimate Slayer, and I'd rather have a quick play spell on like Exeonker, so if I wanted to, I could set it and still activate it. Like that I can use it on both players' turn pretty much, and or just use it on draw phase, like play around stuff. And then this says they can't respond at all, which is better than Ultimate Slayer where it's only monsters can't respond. So that's why I decided to run that. I might take out the extra thrust for the Exeon Core. That's what I would have done. But other than that, it was pretty solid, the deck. And then these became for the what's it called? For the locals, since I didn't have the Fualos anymore, which I don't think this deck should run or need, because you don't care about it really. You go Lightning Storm. Is another extra one I had face down, so now it'll be 2. And then I had this for Blue Eyes or any dragons that come around that's 2200 or whatever. And if I send it to grave, I can actually like send another card to grave. I think it's a bounce if I remember correctly. But you guys can read it right here. Yeah, return. It's a bounce, yeah. But it gets rid of any card. And then this thrust should have been something else. Like I said, maybe the 3rd Exeon Core, yeah. But that's what I played, and it worked out. I never sided in for the locals, the thrust. At the YCS, there's a bunch of meta decks, Mermels, Rizos, different, like not meta 2 decks, but like majority of them were Maliss, Rizal. That's pretty much Mermels. Fire Kings I was happy I played against. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole experience. Went undefeated to owe everybody at the locals at Haiku Pop. At the YCS, it really was an X1, but you know, I did choke on one of the games, so it really was an X2. But it would have been an X1 because I had control of the game, I just didn't play it right. And that was against a mirror match, I believe. A Maliss. But yeah. Well, stay tuned for more because we are not done. You know, Alliance Insight is coming out, so this deck's gonna change, and I already have an idea of how I'm gonna be playing this deck. And I've been playtesting the Alliance Insight support, and it is not fair. It like fixes everything the Mouse needed and can play through Lancy on top of that. Like, it's beautiful. Now the problem is for people to deck build correctly, because just because the power scaling of this deck is gonna go up more because it's more consistent, can play through more stuff, and now it has more names, which it really needed before, so it didn't break this deck. Because this is the only deck. This deck, if it doesn't break, it's honestly the better deck in the format. And with Rizal, that was the problem because it was more consistent, which is why Rizal was technically the better deck. But power-wise, this was more powerful. But that's why Rizal was the better deck at the time. But now at the Alliance Insight, it fixes that problem. I'm gonna say right now that this is the best deck. Malice coming to the next format. But you'll have to see. Stay tuned for more. Maybe I'll even tell you the sauce that I could have played in the YCS. Alright, stay tuned. Take care and have a good one. Peace.